Deborah? Hey, Deborah!
What is it?
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make all the noise. I'm a friend of Deborah Saxon. By any chance, do you know if she's still there?
Oh, yes, of course she's home. I visited her not more than half an hour ago.
You did?
Yes, I left her half an hour ago, and she was ready for bed.
You must be Mrs. Corey.
That's right.
Oh, Deborah's mentioned you. Listen, Mrs. Corey, do you know by any chance maybe she might have taken something to help her go to sleep?
Dear, I hope nothing's wrong.
How was she acting? Was she feeling okay?
She was a bit depressed. There was this phone call. Didn't seem to make her too happy.
Oh. Well, if you think she's there, too.
Dear, do you think you should do that?
Mrs. Corey, there's a police lock on the other side of the door. Now, if the lock's on, then she's inside. Oh, my God, she must be in there. She's not answering the door.
Oh, how frightening. Maybe she's in trouble.
Mrs. Corey, please, go back inside your apartment. Okay? No, please, go back inside your apartment, shut the door. Nothing to be alarmed about. If you hear a loud noise, it's okay. I'm a police officer.
Oh.
Detective Guthrie.
Oh, yes, of course.
Here, over here. Deborah. Deborah, what's the matter? Tell me what happened so I can get the right treatment for you.
Steve, no. It's okay. No. Don't.
Emergency, yes. This is Steve Guthrie. I'm at Deborah Saxon's. I need an ambulance, please.
No,
Hold on a second.
not somebody. Just sleepy. No stomach pump. So asleep. Just call.
You sure it's not the same sort of thing as last time? No chocolates with bug spray on them, something like that?
No, I don't think so, Doc. She doesn't have any stomach pains. She didn't eat very much. She just had some pastries and some tea.
Well, as long as she absolutely refuses to go to the hospital, no need to get her any more upset than she is. Look, just keep her awake, keep her warm. You might try elevating her legs a little higher than her head. As long as she passed out, that might be a problem, lack of blood supply to the brain.
Now, look, Doc, can you come over?
Well, all right. Yeah, I should be there in about 20 minutes. Not too much traffic at this hour.
Thank you, Doc. I appreciate it.
Stay with us, Steve.
You don't have to tell me that. Goodbye.
No. Steve. Oh.
Put your feet up.
What'd he say?
He said he's coming right over. It's nice to have a friend who's a doctor.
Me? What about me?
You, well, he said to keep you quiet, keep your feet up, and keep you warm. Yeah. Oh, here.
Oh.
Unless, of course, you'd rather have a blanket.
No, like this, it feels like you.
And about that fainting, he also said maybe you had a deficiency of the brain or something, but then I already knew that since you passed up the chance of marrying me.
Steve. Oh, God, what would I do without you?
You'd probably call Owen.
He's gone.
He called tonight, didn't he?
How'd you know?
I just guessed. No, actually, I saw Mrs. Corey in the hallway. She said you had a phone call. You kind of got upset. So I just figured that's what it was.
I'd go with you if it wasn't for Adam.
Well, I don't think I'll be gone very long. I don't know what's wrong with Deborah, but it doesn't sound like I'm going to be able to do much more than just keep her comfortable, give her some assurance. Same with Steve.
He was kind of visiting Deborah late, wasn't he?
Well, They're cops. You know, the hours that they keep.
Oh, yeah, something like doctors.
Or television newscasters, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Who am I to complain about unusual hours? Still, I think you're the only doctor in Monticello who still keeps house calls.
Oh, that's not really true. I mean, I make very few house calls. Just special friends, you know.
Huh. Whenever that phone call rings at night and it's a patient, it doesn't have to be a special friend. There you are, getting dressed. And here I am, watching you sadly.
Well, don't be sad. I should be home in less than 2 hours. I said, if there's anything seriously wrong with Deborah, I don't think I'm going to be able to determine it this quickly. See, that's another reason not to make house calls, isn't it? At the office, you have all the equipment you need. I know. This is not the hour to make speeches, is it?
Listen, though, will you call me from Deborah's and let me know how she is?
I'll call you just to hear the sound of your voice. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Beautiful baby girl. The most beautiful baby girl.
Oh, Draper, I'm so happy. I know how much you wanted a baby girl. We've got to find some wonderful name for her. Some wonderfully musical name. It's a train. There isn't any railroad around here, but that's definitely a train, you said. I don't know, it's very strange. What are you doing here again? Why don't you just leave, please? What do you want with me? What do you want? What do you want in my baby? What is it? Is it a gift? For me? For my baby? Oh, no, don't go. Please don't go.
Honey, wake up. April,
What?
April, you were making sounds in your sleep. You must have been trying to say something, but I couldn't understand what.
I was dreaming. Oh, God, I had it again, that dream for the third time now.
Oh, you talked yourself into it. I knew you'd do that.
I did not. It was almost the same. It was another continuation. This time there was even more.
What?
Well, it was the same hospital room. You'd already gone. I was at the window, and I heard that noise.
You mean the train whistle?
Yeah. And I turned around, and the man was there. He was back, you know, the one with the coat, the trench coat and the hat. This time he had something for me. Some kind of gift.
He couldn't have been that bad then.
I never said he was bad. I just said the whole thing was kind of eerie. Well, he had this little box with a ribbon wrapped around it.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, you got me curious now.
I don't know what was in it, Draper, and it's your fault.
My fault?
You woke me up before I had a chance to open it, and I think that was rather inconsiderate of you, if you don't mind.
Well, I'm sorry. How was I supposed to know you were the good part in the dream?
Yeah.
Do me a favor. If you go back there and you find out what's in it, let me know, all right?
Yeah, well, it could have been some toxic substance, but since you didn't have any digestive symptoms.
All of a sudden, I got so dizzy that room seemed like it was going around like 100 miles an hour.
Well, I hope it was nothing you ate. Can you imagine how April would feel?
Why? Is that where you had dinner?
Yeah, but that was hours ago.
From what I saw, she didn't eat enough to poison a bird. Hey, maybe that's the problem, Doc.
Why? Something wrong with your appetite?
My appetite? No. I came home and I ate some pastries.
Where'd you get the pastries?
Around the corner.
How long have you had them?
2, maybe 3 days.
Well, maybe they're spoiled.
I don't know. Mrs. Corey seemed to think they were all right.
Mrs. Corey?
Yeah, she's the old lady, lives across the hall. She came over after I came home, and she had some tea, and I gave her an eclair.
Well, how about her? Did she get sick?
Not that I know of.
But you don't know for certain.
I saw her about an hour ago when I busted in here. She popped her head out of her apartment and asked me what I was doing.
Well, how'd she look?
Like an old lady.
Hope I didn't hurt her.
No, I wouldn't worry about that, Deborah. I really don't think it's something you ate. I'm more inclined to go along with Steve's theory of something you didn't eat.
Well, Deborah did have some eggnog at April's.
Well, that could have contributed.
Doc, what about emotional stress?
No, leave my emotions out of this.
Deborah, you've had more than your share lately, being suspended and other things.
Well, I think I'm going to leave the psychiatry to the psychiatrist, since medicine's my bag. And listen, what I want you to do, Deborah, is come to my office tomorrow.
No, Doc, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, but I want to take your pressure again, get a little of your blood. Okay?
All right, I'll try.
Maybe I ought to go knock on your neighbor, Mrs. Corey's door.
She's right across the hall.
Hey, Doc, thanks for coming. Sorry to drag you away from your gorgeous wife.
Oh, that reminds me. I told her I would call her. Can I use the phone?
Yeah.
All right, don't worry about your door. I'll fix it first thing in the morning.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hi. How's the patient?
Well, she's all right. I just gave her some of my usual sound advice. We don't know what caused the dizzy spell yet, but maybe we can find out in my office in the morning.
Good. Well, may I speak to her?
Well, hold on. You want to say hello?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to go across the hall and check on your neighbor.
Hey, Nicole.
Hi, Deborah.
You know, your husband is an angel of mercy.
I know. Maybe if I got to be one of his patients, I could see him sometime.
That's odd. Steve said she was here.
Good evening, Mrs. Madison.
How are you, Lillian?
I'm fine, ma'am. Did you have a nice evening?
Yes, I had a lovely evening. Did I have any calls while I was out?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Doran called.
He did?
Yes, ma'am. He asked if you could call him back at any hour.
Any hour?
Yes, ma'am. He said he was going to be up late, so you could call any time at all.
Well, thank you, Lillian. You can go to bed now, Lillian.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello, Elliot?
Nora, is that you? I'm so glad you called.
Well, I'm taking you at your word. You said to call at any hour. Did I wake you up?
I was in bed where I wasn't sleeping. I'm afraid I'm something of a night owl.
Yes, I thought you were. But then I suppose it's all that time you spent running that nightclub.
Oh, no. I think it goes deeper than that. I think it's part of my essential nature. I think because night is so important to love, and love is so very important to me.
It's important to all of us, isn't it?
Do you know that lovely old poem. It's very old. The night has 1,000 eyes, and the day but one. Yet the light of the bright day dies with the dying sun. The mind has 1,000 eyes, and the heart but one. Yet the light of a bright light dies when love is done. Lola, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to call me just to recite poetry to you.
It's all right, Elliot. It's been a very long time since anyone recited poetry to me, by telephone or any other way.
I wish it could have been the other way. I wish I could be right next to you, whispering in your ear. As a matter of fact, that's why I asked you to call me. I was wondering if I could be next to you tomorrow night.
Tomorrow? Well, yes, I don't see why not.
Wonderful. We'll have dinner and, well, you'll just leave the rest to me. What time should I pick you up?
How about 7:30?
Oh, that's too late. I'll be there at 7. You better be ready. Good night, Nana.
Good night. Star hasn't set yet, Nola Patterson, has it? I wonder how you're doing this evening, Deborah. This is Miss Corey. I'm a neighbor of Miss Saxon's. Is this her residence?
Miss Corey, this is Steve Guthrie, the officer in the hallway outside Deborah's apartment. We've been wondering about you.
About me? Well, I was calling to see if Deborah is all right.
Yeah, she's okay. She's about to go to bed.
Let me talk to her. Let me talk to her.
Hold on, Mrs. Corey.
Mrs. Corey, where are you?
Oh, well, I'm back at my friend's house. Just as that nice policeman was getting your door open, she called again. She wanted me to spend the night. She sent her son by in his car to pick me up. I'd have stopped by, but he was so impatient, he just hustled me right out of there. But I had to call at least and find out if you're all right.
Yeah, I'm all right, Mrs. Corey. I'm fine. Fine.
Oh, well, I'm right glad to hear that.
Well, see, I was worried about you because, well, I had this dizzy spell before, and then I ate something, and I was wondering if maybe it was the thing we had with the tea, you know.
Oh, no, I'm feeling fine, and you seemed fine when I left you.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little weak.
Oh, well, what on earth happened to you, you poor child?
Well, after you left, I don't know, I got dizzy. I sat down because the room was just spinning all over the place. And that's all I remember.
Oh, well, what a lucky thing your friend came by when he did.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Well, I won't keep you, Deborah. He said you're about to go to bed. But I just know you'll feel so much better in the morning.
I know I will. I know it.
Look at here. Before you go to bed, maybe you should have some of that soup I made. I put it in your refrigerator, honey, just before we said goodnight.
No, I'm not really hungry, Mrs. Corey.
Oh, well, don't forget it's there, here. It's good old-fashioned beef soup, Deborah. You heat up some tomorrow, and I'm sure it'll do you a world of good.
I thought it was chicken soup that was supposed to do that.
Oh, there, you sound like your old self again. Well, I'll call you tomorrow and see how you are, if that's all right with you.
Okay, good. Bye.
Hey, Deborah, you really should eat something. Look what I found. Some soup. Looks delicious.
Oh, God.
Here. Let's get you to bed. Come on, lean on me.
I can manage
Come on,
myself. I'm all right.
Yeah, right.
What's the matter with me, Steve?
Oh, you'll be fine tomorrow. All you need is some sleep and some nourishment. Come on.